My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today I have a channeled letter from your person. So it's an automatic writing letter. So I meditate and then just pick up my pen and just allow the words to come through. My agreement with Spirit is that I don't read it back until I get on camera. So I'm also really taking in the words for the first time as well. Now in the extended, I will get another channeled message, semi-trance message from my main guide Janice. And I'm feeling really compelled to do that, especially as we got confirmation of her last message from that live we did at K Moon. They basically said the same thing. So I'll see what she has for the collective today, and then we'll go deeper into the energies of whatever she's talking about. So whether she has a channel message from your person, or for the collective, which is what she had last time, she had a combination of both. I'm gonna get that today, okay? All right, so anyway, let me read your channel letter, and also know that you can also order your own channel letter as well. I'll put a link down below for that. So it says, I feel like I'm living in two different realities and two different lives at the same time. There's one reality where you are real and we are so connected and I feel loved and supported. Then there's another reality where I question the authenticity of you and whether what I see of you is just a fantasy that I have created in my head. So what we're going to do, in this public reading, we're going to look and see what is this other reality here that they're talking about. What's this reality that they're living that's causing so much doubt? When I'm connected with your energy, I have no doubt about who you are to me, who I am, who we are. But the minute we disconnect, old fears come creeping in. So we're going to look at what are the old fears that will creep in. Okay, so we have question 1 here. Question 2. The past haunts me. So we're going to see what in the past is haunting your person, because it seems like it's causing it's not really a cognitive dissonance. It's like an energetic dissonance. Maybe it comes from a cognitive dissonance, could be, but there's something that's going on here. It's a kind of split in the personality or the psyche that's happening here. The past haunts me and refuses to cross over. I try to stay centered and grounded by thinking of you, but the other reality worms its way inside of me and I can't seem to shake it. You seem like a dream. You seem like a dream then, ethereal and never quite grounding. How do I make you real? How do I stay in that place where you and I are one, where there is no fear, only truth and love? Well, maybe they answered their own question, because maybe that's what you need. You need to figure out what your truth is and what you love. And maybe then everything kind of falls into place. I'm a person divided and I don't know how to become whole. All right, so maybe we can ask Spirit how this person can become whole. Because the thing is, if there's this dissonance in their psyche, or it could be a cognitive dissonance, and they are mirroring us, then it means there's a dissonance in you too, right? If you objectively examine yourself, do you find yourself kind of flopping back and forth where they are concerned, right? 1 minute, okay, you're looking towards union, the next minute, then you're thinking about something else. Is there a flip-flopping within you? Because it's certainly happening within them. One part of me wants one reality, and the other half wants something else. I wonder if this is who they were and who they're becoming, kind of doing a thing there. Anyway, we're going to ask Spirit, how do they become whole? Because that's also going to be advice for you. How do you become whole and centered and grounded in your truth and love? So let's see. Yeah, one part of me wants to run reality and the other half of me wants something else. I feel immobilized. What if I make the wrong choice? So this is someone who's afraid of making a wrong turn. But we're meant to make mistakes, I think that you are amazing. Too amazing, perhaps? Are you one of those, if it looks too good to be true, then it probably is kind of people? And where would I fit in with your life? You have everything. What would be my role? So I feel there's a little bit of insecurity that's coming through there as well. Or maybe they don't see where you've made place for them in your life. Or maybe you're kind of busy or whatever it is. It could be that's going on as well. So maybe you've not articulated where they're gonna fit in or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they might even see you with somebody else. So they're wondering, okay, so what's my role and function? Right? Right? Am I to be friends with benefits or whatever it is? Is that my role? Right? Time has further complicated the situation. I hear it ticking and it seems to be getting louder by the day. I know that I can no longer continue to straddle both worlds and retain my sanity. I must make a choice. I want to choose you, but I am afraid. So I guess when we delve into their affairs, we will see what they're afraid of. I can make it into another question just in case. What's their fear in choosing you? Let's see. Let's put that. In choosing you. So that'll be question number 5, it looks like. I think so. All right, so we're going to use a letter as a guide. And these are the questions that we are going to ask. Okay, so we see your person's energy towards you, but let's see their energy generally, because maybe generally they're just bloody overthinking things. And that's why all of this is coming up. Let's see where they are generally. And we have Aphrodite, goddess of affection, and says ahead, think affectionately. So they have very loving thoughts of you, of their world. It feels like they're in their feelings. Let's see. All right, so the energy generally, they're in their feelings, it looks like. We have Aphrodite, goddess of affection, and says, visualize your goal. All right, so this is someone that's looking to, what do they want to manifest? What do they want their future to look like? What do they want to be their legacy, right? And it feels like they have some sort of goal in mind, but look at the animal that is symbolizing a person at this time, and it is the deer, the doe, right? And those are, the deer in headlights, they're easily startled or they're easily stunned, and it feels like this energy that your person's coming with is stunned. They're stunned, right? They're not sure which path to take, and it feels like they're being bombarded by different or divergent truths at the same time. So they're in the headlights. They're in the headlights. I'll still get a card for how they feel about you, they think about you. But it feels like, all around, this person's just stunned. It's not just with you, it's in their life. They're being bombarded by different or divergent truths. And we have Tayo. I think this came out the last time. It says, think diplomatically. So I think they're trying to be quite objective in their thinking at this time, and that's why we see them examining both sides of the coin, the two realities that they have, right? So they're trying to process this in their head, and maybe that might be the issue, right? Maybe it's because they're trying to process this logically in the mind that so many divergent things are coming up. Maybe if they drop more into their heart space and log into what was their own truths and what their heart was aligned with, maybe they may not feel so torn. All right. So the first question is, what's this other reality that they are talking about? What's this other reality that they are talking about? Underneath the deck, we have the Page of Swords, right? And the Page of Swords can talk about looking to the past. It can also talk about keeping up with someone's spine and someone, but it can also talk about a lot of immaturity when it comes to communication. Okay, all right. What's this other reality that they're talking about? Let's get 4 cards. What's in this other reality? All right, we have strength, right? In this other reality, they've been taught to hold back, right? To hold everything inside. Don't let people see how you're feeling. Keep your cards close to your chest. Okay, you need to be strong. Don't give in to your emotions. Think logically. This is what it's all about, right? This is the strength card. So that's what's going on. That's the other reality that they either inhabit or they've been taught to inhabit. What's in this other reality, right? So with you, they've learned to be vulnerable and open. But in this other reality, they have to be strong to survive. They have to hold back to survive. So they're there. Can I call it an emotional chameleon? Could be that they feel that they have to change in order to adapt to whatever environment that they're in. In this other reality, we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is the same thing. He's silent, right? He loves deeply but says nothing. He holds it all inside, right? It is the energy of Scorpio. It is the silence. It is powerful energy. It's watery energy. Sometimes it can even be obsessive energy, but it is held deep within. Scorpion showing their cards to you. Anytime they show their cards to you, it's because it's part of their master plan. There's a reason why they're doing it. Right? They're not showing you their cards. So in this other reality, they have to keep their cards close to their chest and they have to keep their emotions very contained. What's in this other reality? We have a Page of Cups. So in this other reality, there could be another love situation, certainly, okay? But it's a kind of puppy love kind of thing, right? It's the beginnings of love, right? This could even be a friendship as well in this other reality. And in this other reality, there could be children, right? Or someone who is vulnerable, someone that needs taken care of, to be taken care of, and someone that needs to be protected. This can talk about emotional immaturity as well. So maybe that the people that they have to deal with in that other reality, and this could be at work, this could be at home, right? It could be that they're emotionally underdeveloped. So again, you have to protect yourself. So you're not putting your own emotions out there. You have to be stoic. What else is in this other reality? We have a 3 of Pentacles. So for some of you guys in this other reality, there's a third party. And there's not just a third party. There's a foundation that they've created with this third party. So whether this foundation is a friendship, whether this foundation is a family, whether this foundation is a business, or all or all 3. Okay, something that they've put their energy into, whether that energy is expressed through finances or their emotions or their time or their effort. They've put something into this foundation. So when we look at this could be something that's quite consuming, right? So to me, there's no wonder why this person feels torn and they can feel disconnected from you, because there's a lot of things that's going on in this other reality that they inhabit. Okay, all right. So we see why this person feels kind of torn, then why they can feel disconnected from you, because they can get quite involved in the things that we've seen here. I mean, just managing your emotions and keeping your emotions inside. It's a lot of energy. All right. Now, they talked about a lot of old fears resurfacing when they get disconnected from you or when they inhabit this other reality. What are these old fears? All right. So I'm going to pull these down just a little bit. What are these old fears that resurface? Okay. Now, let's take this beginning card. We have the Page of Swords. All right. So they have a lot of things coming through from childhood, okay? And Page of Swords coming through as a fear, or reverse Page of Swords, is a child that wasn't allowed to develop their own self-expression, to develop their own identity, right? So they're an extension of the parent, right? So these old fears, it's a fear of expressing oneself, a fear of being authentic, a fear of being seen, a fear of being seen, and a fear of being different, right? Because remember, Page of Swords in reverse, you have no identity. You're the identity of the parent. And once you step away from being the identity of the parent, there's a chance of you being ostracized or judged. So what's this fear? It's a fear of being judged. It's a fear of putting yourself out there. It's a fear of being heard. It's a fear of being seen. Okay? Because it means then you're putting yourself out there and you might get feedback. And you might not like the feedback that you get. Okay? So your person rather stay silent and keep who they are and their identity in what they're saying, in a secret garden, right? In their little safe space, okay? And maybe they feel that safe space with you, but definitely not how they grew up or what they're currently dealing with, okay? What are the old fears? So sometimes when they're in this other reality, they may actually be infantile, okay? Or expect someone to parent them, being told what to do. So they may even have a problem making decisions on their own, right? So that makes sense with that letter. All right, old fears. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. Now, Knight of Wands as a fear is the fuckboy, right? So this is someone wandering eye, ever the wanderer, right? Ever the wanderer. So this person also questions whether they can be committed and faithful to someone. Okay, this is one of the fears that they have. So when they're connected with your energy, they're pretty sure this can work, blah, blah, blah. But when they're disconnected, can they really be faithful to you or any other person? Or any other person, right? Because maybe they also may feel a pull in another direction as well, right? So can they put down the fuckboy mantle? They're not sure, and they definitely don't want to hurt you with some of their past behavior. Okay. Other fears. We're gonna get about 4 other fears that they have. Old fears. 9 of Wands. Now, 9 of Wands is a fear. Am I truly able to let someone else in? Okay. Can I truly be vulnerable with someone else, or am I setting myself up for betrayal? Okay. So again, when they connect with you and they're in the little cocoon and you guys have your safe space, they are just blabbing, telling you everything. But the minute they step back from that energy, they question the prudence. Can get it with it. The prudence of having divulged so much information to you, or even being that open and forthcoming. Because remember, in the other reality, they have to keep their cards close to their chest, right? Let's get another oath here. Let's come here in the end. 7 of Wands. All right, so 7 of Wands, as a fair is one. Will they be able to hold their own, right? Hold their own. Well, not against you, but with you, and not become subsumed in your identity like how they were subsumed in other relationships or even with their parents. And also, are they able to stand up for themselves, or are they just going to be a doormat or be passive? Or are they able to set healthy boundaries with you instead of either doing an overcorrection or being harsh or letting you walk all over them, because you have a very strong personality, okay? So this is someone who's afraid of losing themselves, right? That's one of their fears, because maybe they've lost themselves in other relationships. All right. Now they talk about the past still haunts them, right? And it looks like because it's haunting them, it's also haunting the relationship. All right. So what happened in the past that's still haunting your person? Let's get it. Let's get it from here. I'll take that other one as well. All right, we have a Tower moment. Okay, so it looks like there was a relationship that was very important to your person, and then it dissolved, and it feels like this really had them discombobulated. Now we see a lot of water here consuming this foundation, right? So it's like, imagine an island sinking or collapsing, or it was earth shifting and earth shattering for a person. And maybe at one point they thought that they would not survive or they would not come out of this alive. And because they feel so intensely for you, they feel like, all right, what if this collapses? What if it doesn't work out? Will I be able to make a comeback? And they're not sure, right? So this is them worried. Now this past here can also talk about something cataclysmic happening in their childhood. Okay, maybe in their childhood things were okay, and then something happened that caused a big uproar in the family or broke the family apart. So they're very concerned that this will happen again. Okay, or maybe when they broke the family apart, there were certain skills that they had to develop or coping mechanisms that they had to develop in order to survive. So that might be still haunting them as well, right? And I feel it centers around perhaps abandonment and also being vulnerable. Okay. What aspects of the past still haunting a person? So maybe their parents could have gotten divorced or broken up, or maybe there's never anything stable there, right? So your person would have had to become hyper independent. So now trying to integrate with somebody else and creating a life with someone else, they might find that very challenging. Okay, giving up that independence to become interdependent, they find that very challenging. All right, now we have High Priestess in the past. Well, High Priestess can talk about secrets. All right, so what's still haunting them? There's a secret that they haven't told you. It's nothing that you know. High Priestess is totally silent, right? This might even be something, what me and my best friend call grave secrets that they take to the grave. You might not even tell your best friend, might not even tell a priest, right? So there's something in their past that they've not told you about, that you have not had an intuitive thought about, and they feel like this, and it feels like whatever happened there, the psychological aspect of it is still haunting your person, one, and they're also concerned about how you may feel when you find that secret out. And part of them also feels like there can be no true relationship with you unless you know the secret. So they want you to know the secret because that secret is going to help you understand who they are. But at the same time, they don't want you to know the secret because they're afraid that you may judge them or you might look at them differently. Okay. All right. What else? What aspects of the past still haunting your person? All right. We have the Emperor. All right. So father energy coming through, masculine energy coming through. So there's a father wound here. That's still bothering them. Now, when we have father wounds, we have issues with power and authority, and we can occupy either end of the spectrum, right? So we're either there in force energy, where we are trying to dominate and we feel like we have to control everybody, or we are on the other end, passive energy, indecisive energy, when we just have no direction and we have no order and we are allowing other people to take over our lives. Okay, so there is this, and we have problem like creating order in our world. Okay, so there's a father wound that's also coming out there. So I don't know if there's an abandoned member of father or there's a domineering father. It looks like they are still reacting to the father wound. What aspects of the past still haunting a person? We have the horned one as a card number 15, which is the devil, right? Now, because we say the horned one, and you know the devil is often depicted as having horns, right? There could be a dysfunctional relationship. It could be a love relationship from the past that they might be still attached to, or still the energy of it may still be affecting them. Or there could have been a lot of dysfunction in their childhood, maybe a parent that was an addiction. Or this could be they might be in addiction right now. There's something that they're addicted to that they just can't seem to shake. And they're thinking about how is that going to operate in a relationship with you. So a lot of things on your person's mind. Now we're going to ask Spirit. This is advice for them, but it's also advice for you. How do they become whole? How do they resolve this psychic and cognitive, energetic dissonance that's happening within them and might also be happening within you? How do they resolve that and become whole? We have the star. They have to step into the energy of hope and trust, right? They have to trust. They have to trust their inner guidance. They have to trust the guidance that they're getting, and they have to reconnect with the divine. On the live with K Moon, she talked about, there are 5 types of union that we are invited to, pursue or actualize in this lifetime. And one of those is union with the divine, right? And we are also divine, so it's also union with self, which is another union that she was talking about. So, one, they have to have hope and faith in the divine, in the universe, but they also have to reconnect with themselves and their heart space, right? Which is what I was talking about before. The other thing that they need to do, the star card is also about healing. So these fears that keep dogging your person, and the past that keeps haunting your person, they have to find some resolution with that, right? Because they will continue to live in fear instead of live in love. What else? What else can they do to become whole? Stop juggling, right? 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Stop juggling, make a choice, right? So log into your heart space, figure out what is your truth, what do you love, and stop juggling. Make a decision. How do they become whole? We have 6 of Swords, right? So really step into their healing journey. But some of them, they do need to leave some things or some people behind, right? It's keeping them back, right? And the 6 of Swords, it's moving from, place of difficulty into greener pastures, but it's also about leaving the past behind, especially the aspects of the past that are no longer serving us. So Spirit is telling them there are things that they're holding on to that they really just have to move on from. What else do they have to do in order to become whole? We have the Nine of Cups. Love themselves completely. Focus on what they want, what they need, what they want to actualize, what they want to accomplish in this lifetime. They have to focus on themselves. And the minute they focus on themselves, their core values, who they want to be, then everything kind of becomes crystal clear as to the direction that they need to head in. Because they're going to choose the reality that most aligns to who they truly are. Okay, so I'm just going to ask this just to make sure. What's their fears in choosing you? I think we got it already when we talked about their fears. And we talk about their past, but we're just going to ask just to make sure. What's their fear in choosing you? Ace of Truth. You see, you require openness, communication, and authenticity, which is the exact opposite or the antithesis of what they were taught to embody. Remember the other reality. Well, they need to be completely different in order to be with you, and they're not sure if they can make that shift completely. So that's one. You require the truth, and they're not sure they can show up like that. What's their fears in choosing you? We have Six of Pentacles. Can they truly give equally to you? Do they have enough to give? Right? Can it truly be an equal exchange, or will they continue to keep holding back? Okay? They're also concerned, is this going to be like the karmic relationship, starting off really good, and then bam, it's not exactly what they thought it would be? Because remember, they talked about you being too good to be true, so they're concerned about that. What else? What's their fears in choosing you? We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, are they making the right choice? That's one. And two, your person may be living with a mental health issue that you don't know about, so they're concerned about you finding out about that as well. What else? Their fear in choosing you. We have the Four of Wands. Well, your person might be afraid of commitment, point blank, period. But they may also be afraid of what this connection demands. And for some of you guys, you might be in a twin flame connection. This is the 1111 card. And this demands everything. Your body, mind, your heart, and soul. Right? There's no holding back. You're being seen in every aspect of you, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, and even what's unknown to you. The person sees it, and they're not sure if they're ready to be that exposed, right? And that vulnerable. So they have concerns about that. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on to the extended, and we're going to get that channeled message from Janice, and we're going to look and see what else your person might want to tell you at this time, and what's going to be the next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. But in the meantime, let's see what Spirit wants you to do. What's the homework that Spirit wants you to do at this time? All right, we have roles, and it's a Tower moment, right? So you have been primed, or you have been programmed into a particular role, whether that role is of caretaker, homemaker, nurturer, or you might have been programmed to be in your masculine energy only, or whatever it is. Spirit saying there's a deconstruction of roles that you have to do at this time. Your ideas about who people should be, how they should function in your life, it has to be deconstructed. And together, you guys are going to create some kind of new paradigm. But there's something that you've been programmed to be that Spirit says you need to break out of. Whether you are loyal to a fault and you stay in relationships too long, whatever it is. Spirit saying you're programmed for something and it's not serving you right now. Okay? I know I used to parent my partners, and that did not serve me, because Parenting requires you putting your needs above the other person's. So I don't know if you're like me, could be as well, but you gotta break out of that. This is something that I'm breaking out of, right? I just have to keep telling myself that my needs matter, and they don't need a parent, and I don't need a parent to them, and I don't need a child as a partner, right? I need a partner. All right, let's see. We have true love, and it's a gift, right? So Spirit is saying, listen, true love is going to come at you, right? And it's coming at you because this is a gift from the universe, right? Right? Spirit has seen you, seen the intentions and the desires of your heart, and it is showing up in your world as true love. But I think this book has an exercise, so let me get into that so that you will get all your messages. Card number 36, which reduces to 9. So maybe you manifest true love, just like this person, by focusing on yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, your healing. All right, let's see. Yes, Chuck Spizzano. I really do love it. Okay. Key concept here is opening to ever deepening romance and growth of a true partnership. True love is not just about romance. It is the card of someone who has a gift of being a true partner, someone whose qualities lend themselves to being the perfect partner to heal, love, and learn with for a lifetime. Typically, there are a number of people who you'll meet in the course of your life who fit this description. This card asks you to be open to the one that is present in your life now or who is about to be, and to have the courage to commit. If you have a partner, this means that you're about to have another true love breakthrough. Honeymoon, here I come. With the true love card, it is important to recognize that there's nothing to do but everything to allow. So allow your inspiration to carry you forward in whatever is necessary and let things unfold naturally. This is typically one of the gifts people cherish most in life. Yet, it is not the end itself. It is just the beginning. You will still be called upon to learn all the lessons of successful relationships. After the initial romance period, true love could be an ever-deepening growth, an ever more profound partnership on your way home. True love states that there's a possibility through love in your relationship to bring heaven to earth. So Spirit is saying through this relationship, you don't just become in union with a partner, which is one of the unions K Moon talked about, but also in union with the divine. It's one of those. If you get this card, you are asked to recognize that the person in the situation or who will be in the situation will provide the inspiration through any problem. If there's a block, you are being asked to notice that the block itself is trying to distract or divert you from true love, which is already present or about to be present. The only purpose of the block has been to hide this gift and to give you control, either of the relationship or of yourself. As with any gift, if you pay attention to the gift itself, the block will begin to melt away. Receiving this card, know that your heart wants to open in a new birth, and it wants to give itself wholly and receive everything more fully. So it feels like you, and we saw it in your person too, you guys are afraid to open your heart fully. You're afraid to be hurt. You're afraid to love. You're afraid to be truly intimate. And that's why these blocks are there. That's why these fears are there. It's basically just keeping you back from love, from the divine, from each other. So whatever block you see in your head, know that it's just a distraction. Anyway, that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. So in the extended, we will channel a message, a semi-trance message from Janice. We're going to see what she wants to say. And we'll see what other messages come through, and we're going to look at your person's next actions towards you, okay? I'm gonna, so that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Take care.